All right, we are live. What is up, everybody?
Hello, and a happy Monday evening to y'all.
Yes, welcome to Barrel Age Flicks, the hot take. And we're doing this little quick episode here where me and my good friend Gute here are going to review the movie Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. But before we get into that, I have to say something that I'm so sorry to hear we lost a great actor today. James Earl Jones, may he rest in peace, the voice of Darth Vader. I am a huge fan of James Earl Jones because he's the voice of Vader, and he's also was in Conan the Barbarian, The Sandlot. He's been in so many movies, the Jack Ryan series, and everything. And I just have to say that us recording this on a Monday, I just read on Google that he passed away, and it's just sad to hear that. So rest in peace, James Earl Jones. You will always be remembered, the voice of Vader, amazing. And yes, it is so sad to hear that. Thank you, Good. I see that all those pictures of him. Makes you want to put a shed of my tear in my eye, seriously, because I fucking love him. James Earl Jones was an amazing actor. Would you agree, Goot?
Oh, hands down, his voice was transcendent. I mean, he just changed. He walked into a room, he just made everything more professional. Because when he walked into their room, all the other actors, they knew they had to bring their A game.
Oh yeah. His voice was so commanding. He was. I mean, seriously, he's also the voice of Mufasa from Lion King. I mean, I'm sure all of us as kids remember seeing Lion King in the theater and seeing him as the voice of Mufasa, but I will always remember him as Vader. Vader has always been one of my favorite characters in Star Wars history. I even have a fucking costume to Darth Vader, and I just have to say, may you rest in peace. A tribute to James Earl Jones. We will miss you. He was an amazing actor, and it's sad that he left us today. But things happen. We lose the actors that we love the most, but he lived a long life, 93 years, man. 93 years. That's fucking epic. I mean, a lot of people don't even live past 80. Fucking Biden's still alive. But I mean, seriously, it's just fucking crazy, man. But we're going to go ahead and do our little review here of Beetlejuice, which me and Goot actually did a review of Alien Romulus, which you guys should check out because that was a very, very fun episode. I think me and him did a really good job analyzing that movie and how we love the Alien series. But this time we're going into more of a comedy genre with Beetlejuice and Tim Burton. So, Goot, I'm going to ask you first because I already talked to you about it a little bit earlier. So go ahead and give your input, man. What did you think of this movie when you saw it?
Well, first off, to give a shameless plug, for all of our fans and new fans, if you want to hear the original Beetlejuice review that Barrel Age Flicks did, tune into episode 114. That we did that earlier, that released about 2 years ago, I believe.
Yeah. 2 years ago. It was on that was our Halloween episode, I believe.
Yes, it was too. Episode 114. You can Google it, and it'll pop right up. You can hear the boys get their review on Beetlejuice. But yeah, back to the movie. So, I mean, for me...
Thank you for that plug. That was amazing. That's a great episode. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll never forget you asking me to find the Beetlejuice beer. And, now it's everywhere now. So, I'm like, I felt stupid. I almost flew to Canada to get it. And I was like...
I think it was called Haunted House?
Farmer's Folly. They had some Beetlejuice that was authentic. The can was authentic. The artwork. Yeah. Even this year going to Halloween Horror Nights, and apparently I learned more about Beetlejuice being a part of Universal and the whole weird contract and how he's been there. They try to pull people for COVID to one of the haunted houses they had.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw it was all down there. It was amazing. So, but yeah, I saw this movie last Thursday opening night, and I was excited.
Wait a minute, didn't you get a really cool popcorn bucket?
I was lucky enough.
Oh, you motherfucker! I really, you know what? See, fucking Evo Theaters, I think Paragon or something like that, didn't provide anything. And when I saw that he posted this shit, I was so fucking jealous, man. Little fucking sand snake.
Which one's better? This one?
What did you get that for?
This is a popcorn bucket.
For what?
Popcorn.
Well, I know it's for popcorn, but for what movie? I know it's Batman, but which Batman movie?
So they AMC redid the Batman, Robert Pattinson for this year's the 85th anniversary of Batman's birthday.
But that symbol is more of the Tim Burton version.
Exactly. It's to get people to buy it. It lights up too. It's beautiful.
Oh, that's fucking awesome, man. See, Good always gets the good shit. he always gets the good shit because he has a fucking theater that actually respects movies. I have a theater that's fucking crap. I'm sorry. Fuck you, everyone theaters. But the Ames, what is it called? Go ahead, group.
The Alamo Draft House.
Yes, which he is very known to going to all the time for all the new releases, which we can always guarantee that Goot will see it the day before we will, because he is dedicated, because we love him and all that much. But seriously, the fact that you got that Batman one for the Batman and it's the Tim Burton version, I'm a little jealous of that. That looks beautiful.
It's wonderful.
But I love the sandworm too. The sandworm looks just as good. All right, guys, we are live. So we had a little technical difficulty. I don't know what happened. Something wrong with our little Riverside. Apologize. But anyways, we're back with Goot. So Goot, you saw the movie. You had your little sandworm here, which I'm a little jealous of. So what did you think of the movie altogether, man?
You know, I hate when I come out of the movie saying this movie was not for me. It's the worst feeling ever, because even my wife agreed. Because normally we argue out the entire road trip back home. Like, she liked the movie and like it wasn't for me. I have nothing nice to say about it.
Wow, that's so fucking funny. You saw it with your wife and kids?
Just my wife and I.
Okay. See, I saw it with Sammy and the kids, and they loved it. But I had a different opinion. So yeah. I'm curious. Go ahead.
I have a rant saved for the end, but I mean, it's just, I like Beetlejuice. I mean, seeing Michael Keaton Douglas, happy birthday to him. So, I mean, just an amazing actor. I'm so happy that he came back for this role and Tim Burton came back for it, because I found the trivia more interesting than the freaking movie.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just, Tim Burton was done directing anything till Wednesday came along. So I guess that revitalized him. And I don't know. I found out that him and Monica Bellucci started dating when they started filming this movie,
which is fucking weird, because this is his third one. He had Hella Bonham Carter.
Yeah.
Mainly, I think he started dating her during Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
And then she was in every single movie. And the chick beforehand, which I forgot her name. I don't have if you can look it up. The chick beforehand, which is started with Ed Wood, Sleepy Hollow, Mars Attacks. She's I think she's a model. And I think she was actually dating Jeff Goldblum afterwards, because I saw photos of them on the beach or something like that, because I was looking her up, because she's a hot actress. I'm not going to lie. But the fact is that now he's dating Monica Bellucci. Is that how you say it?
Bellucci, yeah. It's
Bellucci?
Gasecki.
She is a hot actress, known for so many fucking movies. The Matrix, Bram Stoker's Dracula. She's been in a lot of movies. But now she's fucking dating Tim Burton. Like, what the fuck? Tim Burton likes to use his fucking girlfriends and wives for his movies.
Good for him. She's ageless, and she's beautiful as heck. I mean, good for him. Oh. Good for her.
And I will say that scene where she's like stitching herself up, but which, by the way, we're going to tell you spoilers, guys. Spoilers. But we got to tell everybody, because I've already had emails and I've already had messages that says, why the fuck are you spoiling the movie? That's the whole point. We're spoiling the movie. This is a review. But the fact is, this movie's already been out for a couple days. You guys can get over it. But the fact is that her stitching herself up with the Bee Gees playing in the background was a pretty cool fucking scene. I did like that. I thought
the selfless cameo of Danny DeVito, though. I'm like, you wasted it.
It was great, but it was small.
I know.
He basically played the janitor in the first movie, when you think about it, like a replacement for the janitor that told him go down the hallway and into that. He was good at what he did, but it's Danny DeVito. He's well known for being in a lot of Tim Burton movies. I mean, fucking Mars Attacks, Batman Returns, Big Fish. He's been in a lot of movies with Tim Burton, so of course he's going to use him. But I was expecting his role to be a little bit longer. I think it was 2 minutes, 5 minutes,
not even 3 minutes.
But it was good. It was good for what he did. But I was like, oh man, you killed him off already. So
Yeah. So, what did you think of it? Because I didn't care for it. I mean, there was seeing Beetlejuice made me happy, like him being himself, and like the part with the kid that was trying to set up Jenna Ortega, Astrid, when he tries to get the passport passed, and he's like, "You're shit out of luck," and just drops the hell.
Yeah.
I mean, I found that made me laugh. That made me happy. That was pretty much it.
Okay. This is how I would say this movie. I'm going to go ahead and say it early. Okay. I saw Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny during the summer. And me being an Indiana Jones fan, I was excited. I saw it. I was like, it was okay. Now, this same thing. Michael Keaton was amazing as Beetlejuice. He did a great job. But the movie itself was bleh. Yeah. But he was still good at what he did, just like he did great as Batman in The Flash. He was great at what he does. I have no negative comments on Michael Keaton's acting in this movie. He did great. And that scene you were talking about when that fucking ghost dude that was boyfriend, or, you know,
killed his parents,
killed his family, drops into hell. Great. I mean, every scene with Michael Keaton was good. And you know what? I didn't look it up. I actually want to look it up if you do your review. I'm going to look it up. How many screen time minutes he had in this movie? Because I think the first movie was like 17 minutes or something like that. I'm wondering what it was, because it felt like he was in this movie a lot, but it did also feel very short, and that's what it should have been, which I have no problem with. But he did great. I had no problem with Michael Keaton. I have no negative things to say about Michael Keaton. He played Beetlejuice exactly the way that you would pertain Beetlejuice.
So 17 minutes in the sequel.
It's almost exactly the same as the first.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
He only wears that.
No issue with that whatsoever.
Yeah. He wears iconic striped suit for 2 minutes. That's funny.
Yeah.
But there's something in the trivia that I read that was it blew me away, because both Keaton and Burton, they opted to keep the character as like politically incorrect as they could, right?
Yeah.
And like the one big thing is they agreed on to, he doesn't evolve. So I can see, I guess I wanted more from that, because Beetlejuice was the same. You got more of his backstory about him, like with Monica Bellucci. I forget her name.
That whole little thing where he narrated the whole thing in Spanish.
Yeah.
With the subtitles. That was interesting.
What's her name? Dolores.
I saw that clip online.
Yeah.
And I thought that it was dubbed online or something like that. I thought it was fake, and it was actually dubbed. And I realized that was actually a part in the fucking movie. I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that.
That's funny. I was happy though that Jeffrey Jones was not in the movie.
Yeah, fucking pedophile.
Yeah. I'm happy that none of the cast talked about him. They referenced him, or he's dead.
Well, the funny thing is that the way they did it, okay, I will give credits to this. I will give credit to Beetlejuice about this, is that they did a little story about how he died.
Yeah.
And they did it in like the almost Nightmare Before Christmas, Henry Selick version, where it's like claymation, Corpse Bride type of thing, where it shows him, crashing in a plane in the water, and he didn't die. And then he gets eaten by a shark, which Sammy, being a fan of Jaws, she loved that scene. She was like, oh, she was like, amazing. Sammy loved this movie. But the fact is, and then you see him at the end as a fucking body without the head, like a whole bite mark throughout his top. And you hear a voice, and he's talking through his esophagus that's like splurting blood or something like that. It was weird, but I understand why they did it. But I'm glad they didn't put him in this movie, because, of course, Jeffrey Jones is a known pedophile. He likes 14-year-old boys. And, yeah, we're not going to get into that shit. But he was great in the original Beetlejuice, but I'm glad he wasn't in the sequel. But it was cool that they used his story as him being dead and non-existent, and going with that whole thing.
Did you feel that the role of Astrid, played by Jenna Ortega, was necessary?
You know what? No. And that's another reason. Okay, so there's reasons that I have with this movie, is that a lot of movies always go with like a daughter or a son of the father or the mother of the movie, prior to. She was just put in this movie because she was in the Wednesday show, the Addams Family show with Tim Burton, and Tim Burton directed that. Tim Burton likes to use a lot of his regulars, so he used her, and she's kind of like an upcoming actress. She's been in a lot of things. She was very, popular for Wednesday. She was a fine, she was a fine actress for this movie, but I could have gone without her. I didn't need her in the movie. Her acting was fine, but it's just, what do you think? I could have gone without her.
She's a good addition. I mean, obviously, including Wednesday show. She was in Scream, the remake for Scream.
She was also in
X.
Yes, thank you.
To the hot scene. But I mean, it tears me apart because I'm not sure. I know she's a great actress, and did they bring her in just for the gain that like that part of that grouping that would come to the movie to get that like audience, that age group?
Yeah,
that's what is like. Come
going
on.
for like the teen. Well, when you think about the original Beetlejuice, Winona Ryder was a teenager too, so I guess they were going for a second version of a teenager because Winona Ryder was grown up and she had this whole, talk show, and she was also with that fucking douchebag of a husband or a fiance, which I've seen him in many movies. He's been in a lot of Judd Apatow movies and stuff like that.
Justin Theroux,
yes,
Rory.
I've seen him. He did good. He played a good douchebag. I'm not gonna lie, but it worked out really well. But the thing is about her being in this movie, it does work because Winona Ryder was the teenager in the first movie. So I guess they were just doing like a like mother, like daughter, basically type of thing.
It was stupid to me. That was not necessary one bit. I was hoping that they'd go more with like. Did you ever watch the cartoon series?
Oh yeah, and I think this movie is very much what's the word to the cartoon series, like the whole world of Beetlejuice, like the whole underworld, basically. What's the word you would say? And not I can't think of it.
Paying homage to it.
Yes, there you go. I think they did a good job of doing that. Although I'm not a big fan of the Soul Train area. I thought that was kind of stupid. I thought that was more going into the whole like disco and everything. It just seemed a little bit over the top. That part made me cringe. I was like, I don't like this. I can live without this. What's the whole point of that? The Soul Train going down? No, I'm sorry. I wasn't a fan of that.
Maybe the music was royalty free. Maybe it was cheap.
Maybe that was the way they went, the whole route they went. But I don't know. I wasn't a fan. That was actually one of my gripes with the movie right there is the Soul Train. I think what are they Bob
Bob, yeah.
It would have been great if it was just Bob, one person. What was with all the fucking like multiple Bobs? It was too much, especially when they get free and they leave out into the human world and stuff like that. I thought it was a funny little cute character. A lot of people would find him cute, making those little weird cute noises, stuff like that with the eyes and stuff like that. He's a cute character. But the fact that they made like fucking 10 or 15 of them, I thought that was overkill. If they just stuck with one, I would have been fine with that. And the fact that they killed him off, Bob.
That's what they did.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, damn. They killed off a character that people are probably going to be connected with, like, oh, he's so cute and stuff like that. But I don't know. I thought multiple Bobs there was a whole bunch of names. Bob, Jack. I mean, there was a whole bunch of different ones. Didn't care for that part. I thought it would have been fine with just one center Bob because that's all there was inside the waiting room was one. Yeah. And I think a lot of people in the original 80s classic thought that was like a really funny character sitting on the couch next to Beetlejuice with his eyes just looking. He didn't really have a role. But people were like, oh, he's funny. So they went with that. And we're going to use them as a character. But why'd they have to make like 20 of them? They could have just stuck with one,
Yeah.
So I thought that was a little overkill. That was a gripe with the movie right there too. So
how'd you feel about Willem Dafoe? His
Okay, Willem Dafoe was not bad. I like Willem Dafoe in just about anything I watch. He's always a great actor. I know he was a little over the top in this. I like that he was kind of like almost like a host of a TV show and stuff like that. But I liked his makeup. That's one thing I have to give props to this movie is the practical effects. This movie does a lot of practical effects, and I was very happy with that. And the fact that you could see his little brain and everything, I enjoyed that. And the whole TV show thing, it was great. The whole thing when he had all the cops lined up, I enjoyed that. Would I say it was his great role? No. I can still live without that too. But he kind of was a replacement for what's the character in the original? The old woman, Juno.
The director.
I think it was Juno though, wasn't it?
Okay.
I think it was Juno. I don't know if you want to look that up. You have more. Was it Juno? Sammy's over here telling me. Yeah, it was Juno. But I think that he was sort of a replacement for Juno, and I could have lived without that. But Wilhelm, I am okay. But altogether, not my favorite character. Not my favorite character. I mean, what did you think of Wilhelm?
Willem? He's a,
Will.
a ghost detective that used to be an action star. So he's, I can see the correlation between Juno and him. So obviously having his police and like, I did find it funny how we kept getting like coffee from his assistant.
Yeah.
That was funny.
The sexy one.
Well, yeah, but she was just bringing coffee for like, anything little thing he did. It was like, here's a coffee. He's like, okay, but I feel like he had more like organic lines to be funny and comedic.
Yeah,
but
no, he was funny, but it's just I could have lived without it. It didn't really add to the movie, in my opinion.
It did because people broke the rules. Beetlejuice broke the rules. He brought someone from the living world to the underworld.
Yes, and then he said daughter, that you need to come back down here and stuff like that. With one of the Deetz, the mom,
basically. Lydia Deetz. Yeah,
Lydia Deetz was amazing. Now I will say this: I thought she played her role exactly like the first movie. I thought she was perfect.
There was character development, character arc with her.
Yes, and I thought she did a great job. Catherine O'Hara, I think is her name, I believe, and she pulled it off perfectly. I had no complaint about her. I thought the whole thing about her contacting her dead husband at the grave, and it was very her, just like in the 80s movie. I had no issue with her.
That's Delia. That's Lydia's mother, the RT one.
That's what I'm talking about.
I said Lydia as a Ryder's character.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Now, Winona Ryder, she was good. She played her role. She played an older version of herself. The whole TV show in the beginning of the movie where she's like, in the window of her, which I did like the beginning, how it did the whole, shot going through the village and everything else all the way to the house with the music. Although the music, I wasn't a fan of the new score. I thought Danny Elfman's score, I thought he could have just stuck with the original because the new one didn't really appeal to me. I did not care for the new score. But then you see a silhouette inside the top of the house into the tower where the attic is. It was different going into this whole contacting demons type of show and stuff like that, which is adapting to everything that's happening now with a lot of shows like that. It's more modern and stuff like that. But I don't know. What did you think of her? Do you think she did a good job. I enjoyed her in Stranger Things and a lot of stuff in the past. But do you think that she pulled it off as a older version of Lydia?
She did. Just to go on with Danny Elfman, just an amazing composer. I feel like he recycled a lot of his old tropes, old different parts from his Batman. There's Batman, Beetlejuice, and Nightmare on Elm Street. He took those elements from those three movies and combined them together.
Nightmare Before Christmas. You said Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah,
I'm Halloween ready. So I was fine with it. It set the tone for the movie. He does an amazing job whatever he goes to. But yeah, Lydia Deetz, Winona Ryder, she did an amazing job. I feel like her character, her mother, they actually had really good character arc and development.
Yeah.
I feel like you could tell there was growth from the first movie to this movie. Everyone else is just it's the same old recycled trope.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought they did great.
So what did you not like about the movie? Because I know you even said yourself, you're not I'm not going to go into it yet. I want to know what you did not like in the movie. What burned your fucking skull? What was this fucking, what the fuck? Why did they do this? What did you not like?
So many useless scenes. It was it was just a waste of time just to move the story along.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this wasn't needed. This was not necessary.
Yeah.
But as a whole, I could see how it all fits together. I feel like the storyline was just recycled it burns me because it grinds my gears because I'm not sure if it was just a cash grab. Because the budget was $100 million, and so far worldwide they've made $147 million.
Yeah.
So it's still not a hit completely. You're supposed to make double your budget, but
what was the budget?
$100 million. So far they've made 147 worldwide.
Okay, it's just come out this weekend, so actually it's doing pretty well for what I think. I think this movie is going to make its money. But the thing is because it's nostalgic, it goes to nostalgic. A lot of people grew up with Beetlejuice. A lot of 30 to 40-year-olds grew up with Beetlejuice. That was our movie when we were a kid.
Everyone was excited to see it.
Yeah, I mean, I was excited to see it when I saw what was going on. I was like, and I saw the trailer. I was like, yeah, I remember Snow and Ragnar telling me how they hated that one line when he's rising out of the model. And he says the juice is loose. They said he could have said Showtime, which would have worked better. But I understand why the juice is loose because you got free and stuff like that. But the fact is, it's just seeing Michael Keaton in the role was great. You were probably thinking like, in the past, in the early 90s, they were planning on making a sequel. It's going to be taking place in Beetlejuice Goes to Hawaii. That's what Tim Burton was originally going to go with. Seriously, that was his sequel, was Beetlejuice Goes to Hawaii, just like the Brady Bunch goes to Hawaii and stuff like that. That's what they were planning on going with, which thank you that they didn't. See, this movie, and also the thing about this movie, it takes place during Halloween, which is cool. It's a great movie to watch around Halloween. It's got that, that fall look and stuff like that. It looks great. The house with the what's it called? When they got the black shroud around the house.
The shade?
Shroud.
Yeah.
Yeah, the black shroud around the house for the mourning, because that's, like the mother goes, with the artistic, mourning of the father.
Wants attention.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll never watch this movie again.
It's that. I can't wait to hear your critical and enjoyment now.
That's what I'm saving my rant for. You keep asking me what I think of it, like why I didn't like it. I'm saving that for the end.
Yeah, I'll say that. Okay, so
what
let me ask you this. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to ask, altogether, the practical effects. What did you think of them going with a lot of more practical effects than CGI? Do you think that was a good route?
They didn't go that way. I felt like they went more CGI than anything.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I could see a lot of CGI scenes, but there was a lot of practical effects and a lot of stop motion, which I loved. Like the sandworms were stop motion; those weren't CGI.
Exactly. That was well placed. That was good. Just to give like that pace of the movie. It made the pace better. Like it was a good digestive like scene for the audience to take that in.
My dog chewed on my hand. I'm sorry. He gave me his. No, you're not having this hand. My hand is all fucking chewed up by a little. Look at all see all the bite marks in it. Sorry, random, but he just brought that to me to play fetch. You're not getting the hand. Go. Sorry, go ahead. I apologize, Goop.
I feel like that it was a mix. Like I feel like there was more CGI. They didn't really use CGI or practical effects. I feel like they used most of it for building the house, and because I know they rebuilt the house, and it's just I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about, because there was a lot of practical effects in this movie. You can see it on the makeup. There was not a CGI in the makeup. There was a lot of practical. See, I'm not trying to defend this movie, but there was a lot of practical effects in this movie. What parts did you see that were a lot of CGI?
Makeup isn't practical effects. It's a whole different division.
Sandworm, the shit. When you see Beetlejuice do that whole like scream motion. And his eyes pop out. That's all. That's not CGI. That's practical effects. Practical effect.
When the baby comes out and their stomach's exploding.
Practical.
I don't know.
It
didn't look right to me. Yeah.
I was expecting a scene from Train Spotting when the baby goes on the ceiling and then turns his head and looks down. That's what I was expecting that to be a part of, but they didn't go with that route. But I thought the baby Beetlejuice was kind of funny. I thought that was funny.
I feel like it was just shoehorned in.
No, see, that's the thing. That's why I like we have different reviews here. The thing is, I agree with you. This is not an amazing movie. I can't wait to hear your rant because I'm really curious what it's like. I don't think this is an amazing movie. I think this is an okay movie. I see this movie as the same thing as when I saw Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny over the summer. I'm a huge Indiana Jones fan. And when I saw that movie, I was like, okay, that was okay. It's not spectacular. It's fun, but the other ones are still better. That's how I felt about this movie. It's not bad. It's not good. It's okay. That's how I see it. And I was going to say that in my review. Now I'm curious to hear your rant. But before we get into that, is there anything else you want to talk about this movie?
Did you like the loophole for the original characters? Something Davis.
Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis?
Yeah, Gina Davis.
Yeah. where they did that whole thing where they kind of just moved on and found a loophole into the ghost world to get out of it because they were ghosts before. But what was the whole idea with Lydia was like almost like a schoolgirl, and she was almost quite normal at the end of Beetlejuice. So how did she go back into this whole gothic mode?
Well, she could see she could see dead people.
So she went back to her mode, basically, or her whole gothic thing.
I guess she took advantage of it and tried to make money off of it, seeing dead people.
Okay, because I think a lot of people question that motive where she was like, schoolgirl and all like, oh, happy joy and stuff like that. Like she wasn't all like gothic and dark anymore. And then she's back and being dark and gothic in this, which a lot of people relate her to this movie as being a dark and gothic girl. She was actually one of the first gothic girls in the movies when you think about it. When it comes to Beetlejuice, she was known as, that's what started the whole gothic and emo thing. You didn't see that in movies before, but you saw that in Beetlejuice. It's like, what the fuck? That's gothic, that's dark. But the whole loophole, I think it was fine. Would I like to see Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis back in the role? I mean, yes, but it was fine they didn't bring him back in, just like they didn't bring Jeffrey Jones back to play Deetz.
That was warranted. I would like to see a picture of them in the background or something up in the attic. I would like that.
Well, I guess what they would say is that the bottle that's in the attic is more of kind of like the callback to them. And the fact that they were brought up was good, but I understand what you're saying because they did that in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
When Sean Connery died, they had a little picture and it had the whole music in the background. And when I saw that, I was like, I smiled. I was like, oh man, it's great. I wish he would have been in this. But he was my favorite part of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. So I can understand you saying that if you want to see a picture of them, that would have worked. They didn't do that. I don't know why they didn't bring Gina Davis and Alec Baldwin back. I don't know if it was a money issue or a financial, or if they just didn't want to, if they didn't want to go down that route. I have no idea. I don't know. Have you found anything?
I was watching an interview with Gina Davis talking about it, but she said, we're ghosts. Do ghosts age? We found her loophole, so we went home to the great beyond.
It
but
works.
Still, I just want to see a picture of them, just to complete.
Just a little callback to them. Yeah, I guess their callback, like I said, is the model. But I understand what you're saying.
That's more for Beetlejuice, though. I feel like that's more for him.
Yeah, I agree with you. Because he has this little picture of her as Lydia as a kid, which is kind of creepy when you think about it because she's an adult and she was a kid. So it is a little creepy. I didn't even think about that. Just thinking about it now makes me, that's a little weird. But I mean, yeah, I understand
that. What else was there? The whole the ending scene with the dance scene, like they try to make.
All right, good.
Hit it because
they try to copy the whole Deo. Okay, I actually enjoyed this. I didn't like the song. I've heard that song many times. Shit, even Weird Al Yankovic did a fucking Jurassic Park parody of that song. But the fact is that song was not the pick that I would think of, but the way they did it. It was funny. It was a little over the top. It doesn't touch Deo because that scene in the original with the around the table, people were like, "What the fuck? Like, what the fuck's going on?" And this one, they kind of took advantage of it and kind of went with it more. And they made Catherine O'Hara and Ortega, do that whole little clap thing and everything else, and have Beetlejuice singing. It was strange, but it was fine. It wasn't like bad. It was just like, okay, that's the route they're going. So they're copying from the other movie and trying to step it up a little bit, step the game up a little bit.
The CGI was so fucking horrible. That was like the final trophy. Is this movie done yet? I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there was bad CGI in that, but I did enjoy the Bellucci character and Thorough character being swallowed by the sandworm, although that's the exact same scene when Beetlejuice gets swallowed by the sandworm in the original Beetlejuice.
Yeah,
I thought that was cool because, like I said, I still think the sandworm looks fucking great. The sandworm looks exactly like, and that whole fucking world, that whole third dimension or whatever the fuck it is that the sandworms live in, looked great. I enjoyed that. Like I said, there's a lot of positives to this movie, but there's a lot of negatives too. That's why this movie is not like a perfect movie. It's a fun movie. So, but yeah, it was an okay scene, just not the best. It had its like, oh, okay, that's the route they're going. Why did they pick that song? I wasn't a fan of that song. I enjoyed the Bee Gees playing during when she's like stitching herself up and everything else. But that scene right there with the song, they could have picked a different song. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a director, so I would have picked something different. What did you think of the song? You think the song worked well, or
That's a whole different world because in movies, like the songs you pick cost money. So if you're on a budget for your song budget, it could be on the line or not.
I'm glad they went with something classic though. They didn't go with something modern. So
modern,
that modern, yeah. What did I say wrong?
modern.
Thank you. I think I got hit with this on another episode in the past. So and you guys all laughed at me about it. Thank you, Gute. I appreciate it. Make me look like a shithole.
Modern's modern.
Modern. There you go. You know I'm bad with words. Come on, you know that.
Okay, so
actually, I do have a question for you. What did you think of the colors of the movie? Do you think the colors were good?
Yeah, they each world, the living world, the colors were good. Each scene, it maximized the colors around them and like make the light, the dark, underworld.
Yeah,
each scene was perfect and like how they showed everything. So yeah, I thought that was good. That was good directing.
I thought the color looked great, and I thought the set design for the movie was great. I have no negative things about the set design. I thought that the underworld looked great. I thought that the waiting room was just exactly like it did. I saw the part in the pack. There was a little background where you see like a skeleton being like what you call when two cops are talking to him. What's the word? Sorry, my dog is going crazy here. What's the word when two cops are talking to a person in a chair?
Interrogation.
Thank you. When they're interrogating a skeleton, you could see that in the background. I remember it was like I was watching the movie. It was like that made me laugh. I see that skeleton just looking up and these two looking down at it. There was funny scenes here and there that you could see in the background. This is one of those movies that you can actually watch and see more stuff in the background and stuff like that. But the fact is that I thought the colors and set design was great. I thought it was wonderful. Give me 1 second. Go ahead and say yours.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's some elements to it, like the whole like scene underworld was good. I thought everything with the scenes underworld was almost good, except for the whole like silver train to the underworld, Soul Train. Like that was rushed. But I mean,
hated that.
Everything else, like with the living world, Rory, Justin Theroux's character. I mean, he was just like you said, a douchebag piece of shit. He brought nothing to the movie.
No, he didn't.
I thought
they were trying to make somebody that you don't like in the movie, and they did a good job of that. He was not needed.
Just a stupid predator. He got what he deserved.
Yeah.
I thought Ryder and O'Hara killed it. Ortega did a real good job. I mean, she did what she could with the role, but I mean, still overall, this is Beetlejuice 2. So why wouldn't Beetlejuice get more time? That's the part I don't get. If you give him the same amount of time for the first movie, give him more for the second movie because that's what people want to see.
Yeah, but the thing is, from what I heard, I think I read some interviews earlier about this, is that they wanted to keep in track to the point where a lot of people, when they see Beetlejuice when they were younger, they didn't realize that Beetlejuice was barely in the movie. Even though the whole title is his name, he's only in the movie for 17 minutes. Right, I believe that's the first movie because I remember talking about it in our episode Beetlejuice.
I just said it was for both movies, so 17 minutes.
17 minutes, and it felt like he was in the movie longer. Believe it or not, I didn't feel it was 17 minutes. I felt like he was in it longer than that. But I think they were trying to go with that route because it worked with the first movie. So keep it the same for the second movie.
Every scene that he wasn't in it, like when you saw him, everyone, you could tell the crowd was like, "Oh shit, what's about to happen?" When it shifted over to a different character, it was a train wreck. It was just everything just stopped, it derailed.
Well, that scene with him when Winona Ryder and Theroux was dropped into that little office scene, he spilled his guts, and I was laughing my ass off. Like it was him. It was Beetlejuice. It was back in original form. Like I didn't see any difference in that. So I can understand what you're saying, that it needed more of Beetlejuice, but in my opinion, I think going with that route, they tried to do that because the original one worked. So I understand what you're saying, that he should have been like a big character throughout the whole movie. But when you watch the movie and the way the editing did, I think it felt like he was in it more than what people think. Even though it was only 17 minutes, it felt longer than that. Like, I was shocked when you said 17 minutes. I was like, really? Felt like maybe like 45 minutes or something like that. You felt like he was in it more than that. I don't know.
What was the runtime for this movie?
Hour and 45 minutes, I think, or hour and.
It felt longer to me. Like, it literally felt like over 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of, in the beginning before Beetlejuice comes up on board, the whole, character development about, Winona Ryder and her whole show, and then her daughter and stuff like that, about the father dying and everything. And then it, creeped right into the town and stuff like that. But it worked. Like I said, it's not perfect. It's not amazing. It's okay. It's a decent sequel, but not, would you say, like a masterpiece of a sequel? No. I mean, you want to go ahead into our pint and critical? I mean, I'm really curious to hear your rant here. Like, I've been waiting for it.
Do you want to go first, or do you go first?
You know what? I'll let you go first. I am dying to hear this.
All right.
Going to our pints and critical and enjoyment.
So the biggest thing that really grinded my gears with this whole sequel, I was excited but nervous at the same time, because when they were filming this, they were about to wrap film. They were almost 2 days before wrapping filming for this, so that's when the whole strike happened. Yeah. So I wondered if like Warner Brothers like interfered and like had if they changed some things here and there. I'm curious about that one.
Okay.
But I mean, it's like they can't leave well enough alone. How many people wanted this sequel and it took this long? And it kind of shows, because they were banking on nostalgia, assuming that the same kind of film would guarantee success, which it kind of has. But the first Beetlejuice was quirky, a chaotic gem that came out of nowhere in 1988. It was full of originality. It was balanced. The pace was so much better than this in that movie compared to this one.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is like bloated, self-indulgent, just a shadow of its former self. It drove me crazy. I feel like the humor was forced. They're trying to make Beetlejuice the same obnoxious, snarky character we loved, but now it's kind of stale. He has a few lines that were like, it made you laugh, but at the same time, it's like, come on, do something more. Come on, more. Right. Just the recycled old tired jokes.
Yeah,
they're playing the hits, but it's a cover band. It's just come on, guys. For me, I didn't get much from the visual effects. Like, I thought they really used a lot of like CGI stuff from the original, a ton of practical effects, which gave the original so much charm. But this is like an over the top CGI spectacle. I mean, just the.
Oh, I have to disagree there, but
I mean, to me, it was soulless. Like, I didn't feel anything happy wise. I think I laughed once when the kid went to hell. I feel like this movie didn't have heart. I feel like this was a corporate cash grab. I feel like they tried to capture the original themes, but it just they tried to put a plot, and it's like they tried to make it meaningful, but it didn't work. The plot was all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
They threw in some cheap cameos. It just a lack of substance. But I mean, I guess my enjoyment. Does this count my excitement toward the movie, and then like after watching the movie, I have to balance those two numbers?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm curious now.
I'd give my enjoyment a 2.
Wow.
And
damn, okay.
Critical a 2.5, because
you give it a higher critical than enjoyment.
Yeah. Because I mean, I'm no fucking director. I mean, I'm here to talk about the movie. I'm talking about what someone else created. Okay. I mean, Tim Burton to me is a masterpiece. It's just an amazing director, and like he can pull the things he can think of, and like the originality. It's like the stuff he can put on screen. Yeah. I mean, I could try to, but I couldn't get funding for a movie. I could try, but I give him respect for that. Just the getting Keaton back, that was the sole thing that made this movie go.
Yeah.
So it's just getting him back, and like just seeing Beetlejuice, that's alone 2.5 for me. So
your enjoyment is a 2, and your critical is a 2.5. Okay. All right. Well, that's a good review, Gute. Very good. There's a couple things I disagree with, but like I said, that's the whole point of our show is review things. I thought this movie had a lot of practical effects. I thought the practical effects showed a lot in the movie. I saw a lot of CGI, but there was a lot of practical more than CGI, in my opinion. And I even read about how much practical they went with this movie. Now, this movie was anticipated for a lot of people. The thing is about Tim Burton is Tim Burton was in the whole Disney realm, and his movie sucked. Dumbo and everything else. He hasn't made a good movie in a long time. He's done a lot of Disney movies that just failed miserably. I think his last good movie was Sweeney Todd, which I thought was a masterpiece when it comes to a musical. It's a very good dark gothic musical. Still to this day, my favorite movie from Tim Burton is Ed Wood. And Goot, what is your favorite movie from Tim Burton? I already know what it is. I'm just curious if I'm right.
Duh, Batman.
There you go. Yeah. Which, in my opinion, great movie. Tim Burton is a good director. There's some movies that he's failed on. He's gone into different realms, tried to do dramas, tried to go to something like different. And the fact that he went into his own old realm of Beetlejuice, which has been in kind of, what's it called? Development hell for the longest time. This movie is originally going to be taken in Hawaii. That was with the original 90s, and it never came to happen. And I remember seeing that fucking teaser poster online about Beetlejuice, the sequel, where it just showed Beetlejuice like looking like around the side wall or something like that. You see the side of his face. I was like, oh, everybody's excited. Nothing's been greenlit yet. And then it finally gets greenlit. I was excited that when it finally got greenlit, I was like, oh, it's coming back. And Michael Keaton is coming back. Michael Keaton did a great job in this role. I thought he did a good job. Yes, I agree with you. There was a little forced humor from him. But the thing is, it was still Michael Keaton doing what he does best. Michael Keaton is a great actor. He's great as Batman. He was great in The Flash, even though The Flash was but he was great as Batman. He is great as Beetlejuice. That is one of his roles. And he did it well. It's one of the one things I do enjoy about this movie. But there's other things I don't enjoy about this movie. There's a lot of humor that I don't care for. I don't care for the whole Soul Train sequence. I don't care for the multiple Bobs. I don't know if they were going for like a cutesy thing for that. I just didn't care for that. I thought they could have just stuck with one Bob and it would have been fine. I thought like the waiting room and the set design and all that looked great. The colors looked great. I thought Danny DeVito's little short cameo was great, but short. I wish he was in it more. I was expecting like a full-on character, just like Willem Dafoe. I thought he was okay. Ortega and Catherine O'Hara, all of them did great. Winona Ryder, of course. It's a good movie to watch around Halloween. It's good for the family. There's not really anything graphic. I thought it was really cool to see the backstory of Beetlejuice, in that whole black and white sequence of how he became Beetlejuice, basically, how he got poisoned and died and stuff like that. Because the one thing I thought about this movie is that when they released this movie and you see Monica Bellucci, she's got that missing finger. You remember the first scene in Beetlejuice where it's like, oh, she never meant anything to me. When he pulled that finger out of his jacket and stuff like that, I thought that's what it was related to. But, altogether, Danny Elfman's score was a hit or a miss. Danny Elfman does a great, amazing score. So one of his best scores ever is Edward Scissorhands. But the fact is that, that he tried to remix his Beetlejuice theme, and it didn't work for me. I like the original better. I thought this one was trying to go more epic, which all films nowadays are trying to do, is that they're trying to recoup all the themes from the past and remix them to more of an epic theme. So enjoyment for this movie, I would go ahead and give a 3. I'll give it a 3. It's okay. It's not spectacular. Is it worth seeing in the theater? Goot, actually, I want to ask you that. Is it worth seeing in the theater, or is it worth seeing only on streaming?
Oh,
I mean that's an honest question. I'm curious.
See, personally, for me, I love going to the movie theater, so I am happy I saw it in theaters. Okay. However, the people have asked me if it's worth seeing in theaters, I told them no.
Okay, well, there's your answer right there.
So it tears me apart because I love going to the theater, so I'm happy I saw it in theaters. But if with the economy right now and people ask me a question like, should I go? I'm like, save your money, go watch something else.
See, I'm the same way because I saw this. It was great to see it in the theater. I'm glad I did. Took my kids and my wife loved it. But I told Sammy and Snow and Ragnar, and they asked me, "Is it good?" I was like, "It's okay." I wait for streaming. I wait for it to come out on streaming. I mean, I literally said that to them. That's what I think. It's fine seeing it. I saw it in the theater. I was anticipating to see it in the theater, and it was fun to watch in the theater. But if I were to say, hey, you can wait for it on streaming, it's not anything special. There's other movies more spectacular to see in the theaters, and other than this. So, like I said, critical 3. I give it a 3 for critical. And for enjoyment 3. For my critical, Tim Burton did a good job with his colors, going back to his old way of directing, because like I said, some of his movies have sucked lately. I have not enjoyed any of his movies. So if I had to give this a critical rating, I'd give it probably about a 2 3/4, which is very, very like negative for Tim Burton too, because Tim Burton is an amazing director. He does great movies. Sleepy Hollow, Batman,
Ed Fish.
My personal, Big Fish, but Ed Wood, my personal favorite.
Well, Wednesday, do you consider that a TV show? It's a long formatted movie of just one single character that he's like revitalized.
It's more of a long form movie. That's
highest. That's one of the highest. That's rated higher on IMDb than Batman and Batman Returns.
It's fucking crazy.
I almost broke this table looking at that. I mean, just.
I think Ed Wood is actually known as one of his best, highest rated films. If you look at the score for Ed Wood is rated as one of his top films ever made.
So I'm looking at the IMDb, like his director, the movies he's directed. Yeah. So that's a 7.8 stars. Batman Returns is 7.1. Batman 7.5. The original Beetlejuice 7.5. The Wednesday TV series is 8.1.
What the fuck? Really?
Yeah.
What is Ed Wood?
7.5.
See, no, that's fucking bullshit. I think Ed Wood.
No, 7.8. 7.8.
To me, it's a mess. See, I don't know. Did he direct every single episode?
No.
He only directed like maybe 1 or 2?
4 episodes.
Yeah. I know probably like this first episode and stuff like that.
4. He directed 4.
Like I said, he likes to use his regulars, and that's why she was in this movie. She's Wednesday Addams, and now she's the daughter of the type of Wednesday Addams type of look. Wednesday Addams is gothic, just like.
But she wasn't gothic
Lydia.
though.
She didn't. No, she wasn't. But she is the daughter of a gothic girl, Lydia Deetz. So I don't know. They in my opinion, they went with it because Tim Burton likes to work with his regulars. I mean, there's many movies in his past where he used a lot of people. Danny DeVito's been using a lot of his movies.
When she had her head on a tree, that would have killed her, right?
Fuck yeah, it would have.
So I was laughing, thinking about it. Is she dead? Is she for real dead? But then they kind of like scooted off with her being still alive and they was switching places with the guy. That's another quirk that just pissed me off. I just remembered.
Were you expecting that at all? Him being dead?
No.
Like that did like when she went up in the room and then they started dancing and then they started floating in the air. I was like, oh, he's dead. Okay.
When he had the book for the
recently deceased.
Yeah. He said he got it from a yard sale. I'm like, fuck you, you're dead.
Yeah. Well, the fact is that they brought that book back, which I thought was cool, and they had all the fucking rules. But it was weird that he ended up being a villain. Yeah. I was not expecting that. That was a kind of like a twist there. There was like, oh, okay. I thought this guy was actually a sweet guy to this woman.
He was a side boss. He was just a side boss.
Well, like you said, you love that scene where he gets dropped into hell. So,
that was.
So yeah. 3 for enjoyment, 2.5 for critical. It's okay. It's not anything to like, oh yeah, go see this. Go to the theater and see this. If you want to go see it, if you love Beetlejuice, I guess this is better for the fans. If you're a fan of Beetlejuice, go see it. If you're not a fan, I'll wait till streaming. I guess it's really for the hardcore fans of Beetlejuice. But I enjoyed it, but it's not, like I said, it's okay. It's okay. I'm just curious. You said your wife liked it?
She did not like it.
Oh, she did not like it. I thought you said in the beginning she did.
No, because usually we differ on movies sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I'll just come out and say that wasn't for me, and she'll like rant, like try to tell my opinion and then drive home. You just go back and forth the entire way. I'm just like, no.
Yeah. Wow, we got 4 people on Twitch watching us right now. Hey, Twitch, how you guys doing? Anyways,
the next movie for me will be Don't Speak No Evil.
Speak No Evil. Which one is that?
James McAvoy.
Oh yeah, that is coming out. I know you're planning on seeing that. How's that look?
I had no interest, but my wife wanted to go see it, so I'm like, okay, I won't say no.
James McAvoy is a good actor.
I know.
He's an amazing actor. I mean, he was great in Split. He was good in the Mr. Glass. I like him as Professor Xavier, the younger version. I think he's really good at what he does.
Yeah.
So, the one I'm extremely excited to do that I would like to do an episode with you in December is Nosferatu.
Of course. I mean, I'm seeing Pumpkinhead later this month. I mean, go back to that episode for BAF.
Yes, please go back to BAF's episode where Sammy was a guest host for that, and also Gute was a guest before he became a part of our show, and that was a fun episode. That was our blood. I think it was called our bloodiest bloods. I don't remember what it's called, like blood something series that we did, where we did like 9 movies or something like that for Halloween. Pumpkinhead, Underworld. I did Bram Stoker's Dracula. There was Lost Boys. So many great episodes, but the Pumpkinhead episode that Gute was a guest on, very good episode. Check that out.
Bloodbath
Seriously.
Halloween series 2022.
Bloodbath. Thank you. Yes.
It's episode 106.
Jesus Christ, 2022. I can't believe how long we've been doing this fucking show, man. It's fucking crazy. So glad you're a part of it, man. And the fact that you were a part of that Pumpkinhead, because I know you were a big fan of Pumpkinhead. I remember the review that you gave him that. You fucking love that movie.
Heck yeah. I'm lucky enough my theater will show that movie every year for...
Would you watch a remake of Pumpkinhead?
I would, yes. If the right people are involved, like with James Wan being attached to the creature now, I'm very excited.
James Wan is doing the creature from the Black Lagoon? No shit. By the way, I saw something at GameStop today, or not today, over the weekend. I was like, I gotta get that for Gute. They had a Funko Pop with the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Nice.
It was like legit, man. It looked good. But seriously, if they did, James Wan is directing the creature from the Black Lagoon, they actually are gonna make a remake of it?
I've been waiting for it.
Dude, I know you're gonna be in the fucking theater like day first of that movie. You're gonna fucking jerk off to
Imagine the
that movie.
popcorn bucket for that. Could I hold that? I could have hold the popcorn bucket. Just be so happy.
Yes, Creature of the Black Lagoon is a great one, man. Oh man, so I guess that's the end of our episode. This was so much fun. Thanks you for joining me for us. I think it's fun when me and you just do our little episodes on movies that we see in the theater. I think it's really fun.
Keep it going.
This is the start to our Halloween series, our early start before we start the end of September, first week, where we're releasing the Night of the Living Dead 1968 versus Night of the Living Dead 1990 Tom Savini version, which is going to be a very, very fun episode, which we're looking forward to. We have a whole bunch of other Halloween episodes. We got Gute hosting Terrifier 1 and Terrifier 2, which we actually have guys in a show that have never seen it before. So that's going to be fun. And he's also going to go see the new Terrifier 3, which I almost want to do like a review of it, of you just, maybe I should go see it. Me and you should do a review of Terrifier 3.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
I think that would be fun. I might go to the theater and go see that, and we can do a review of that. And then we also have 28 days later from Ragnar. We got 13 Ghosts for our main Halloween episode, and then me doing the Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight, and Bordello of Blood. So I think the Halloween series is fun. This year is going to be so much fun to do, and I'm so glad that we're doing them. Gute, it's always a pleasure having you on, man. I appreciate you, brother. Always great being you part of BAF. And I'm a little tipsy now because I've had like 4 or 5 bourbons. So I am talking like a fucking drunk person here, but I'm just buzzed. Anyways.
I'm tired of talking. I'm ready to talk about Shaq and get drunk.
It's time to end. The thing. There you go. All right. That's the end of our episode, guys. So we're going to go ahead and end this bitch. And I hope you guys enjoy the Beetlejuice review. Talk to you all later.
We're off the trash cans.